Okay. Hi, Lex. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah. So you are an atheist, and you have been an atheist for around 6 months now, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I have been an atheist for around like 6 months.
Okay. So, did you explore all religions, or I'll just switch to Hindi? तो आपने
No,
बाकी सभी religion explore किए थे?
मेरी थोड़ी हिंदी उतनी अच्छी नहीं है, लेकिन मैं बोलने की कोशिश करूंगा. um,
No,
uh,
we can go in English. English then. No
Yeah,
issues. No
yeah,
issues.
sure, sure. Because I've
Okay.
actually I've actually got like Pakistani parents who do speak in Urdu, so sometimes I get some phrases and some kind of words. So that's I know a little bit about it, like 50 or 60%, but not like 80 or 70 or as good as any other Pakistani person or Indian person. But yeah,
I see.
so I also studied like Christianity for like 7 months straight
Mm-hmm.
because I really had some doubts about Islam and all these things. So I just ran into some friends and they started asking questions about, hey, why are you not interested in Islam? I said like the reason for that is because I really don't find anything good in that. Okay, they say no, no, no. They like other things as well. I say yeah, there are, but what about the 100 things that you guys hide, that you guys don't talk about in the mosque? Or in your speeches, you guys hide these things. What is the purpose of concealing all that stuff from people? Do tell them so they will start thinking rationally. I mean, like you tell people if there is a non-believer, even if that person is good to you, even if that person is innocent, you just kill them. Why? Because he believes in something else. He believes in Krishna or maybe in Jesus or in Buddha. Or if you go to Africa, you're gonna find a juju god. Okay, like a juju god or something like that. So if that person is following that god, just kill him. Why? He's innocent. He got family. No, just kill him. Why? Allah tells you to kill him. So this was the reason why I just ended up thinking like, oh, this is something that is really very evil, and I don't want to live in that for my whole life. Okay, if I'm gonna get a good family, if I'm gonna get my children, so will I tell them to be like Muhammad, or to be like a Muslim who thinks bad about other people? I know there are like other Sufi Muslims as well, other Muslims who really don't think about that stuff at all. They don't believe in killing people. They don't believe that all Jews uh, are to be hate. They don't even do that at all. So this is something that is really exasperating for me. So the moment I realized that Islam has nothing to do with good stuff, with good thinking, with accurate way. So I was like, okay, I'm not. I'm just. I'm fed up with that, and I'm not gonna just do that at all. What I'm gonna do is to think about other things that are in this world, so I can breathe freely. I can live, and I can smile with every person, with every nation. Well, like with no matter if they are like atheists, no matter if they are like Christians, I can feel good with Jews as well. So my Christian friends, they ask me, hey, do give a read to Bible. Say, okay, I have heard about it, and I've just heard really bad stuff about Bible and Christians from my Muslim parents, from my clerics who I used to follow. I used to follow a cleric called Sakir Naik, and now and I when the moment when I realized that he's nothing except being just a joke. You could talk like with thousands of people, millions of people hear you, and that crowd. Sometimes people they really clap on your stupidity, and they're not aware of the stuff you're actually talking about, because he mostly his programs, his functions are done in India, and I guess like 80 to 60% people really don't know what the stuff is going on because he talk in English language. So the 40 to 50 or 60% people, I guess, they really don't understand what is going on, and they just clap where because they are told to do that. Yeah, they are told to do that. So what I do believe is, if we are talking about like atheism or about Christianity, about Islam, I studied like Christianity for like 7 months, and then I said, "Oh, Quran and Christianity, the Bible and Quran, they both are same. This is the reason why Islam they consider Bible as their second or guess fourth book, as the part of Islam. So they consider Jesus as the part of Islam, but they consider him as a prophet. No God, not no son. Okay, so that's what they do. I was like, okay, for example, there is a verse in the Bible where like two daughters of Lot, they're having sex with their father, and I was like, oh, you talk about good stuff. Is this a good stuff? I showed that verse to, I guess, maybe two or five pastors, and they were recommending me some other priests, some high qualified priests, and after that, after some time, it took me a little while to understand that they don't have anything to do with their own religion. They have no answer why it is in the Bible. They don't have anything to do with that, and this is kind of, it is very fatuous, I would say, because when these religious people, they try to undermine you, they don't want you to feel in a way in which you really want to as a human being. And so that is the way it is. I'm like, there is not only the one verse that made me to stop believing in any religion. No, I studied Islam for like 10 years. I was like 7 years old, and I used to go to mosque with my friends, with my siblings, and then I have also got got bashed by some, like when I was in Pakistan, like I got bashed by with some clerics as well. I used to watch these videos, and I was like, Islam is not like that. No, 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 no. 9/11 is absolutely a bullshit, a fatuous thing. Islam is not like that at all. In that Islam intensifies you. Muhammad is great. What about Muhammad having sex with a 6-year-old child girl? And the way Muslim describe a 6-year-old child girl is like a 22 or maybe a 25-year-old girl, which is really very weird and exasperating for me. And when you, okay, if the book is teaching you that stuff and your people are good, then for a moment you say, okay, that's all right. If the book is wrong, then I will be supporting my people because they are good. But they are the most, what I can say, the most hypocrite people alive in this world. This is what they do, right? For example, in France, Muslims, uh, yeah, they actually yell Allahu Akbar if you are making fun of their prophet. They say, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna behead you, slay you, slaughter you, we're gonna chop you in pieces, because you are making fun of their prophet. And when you ask them, why can we do this? Is there any verse in the Quran that tell us not to make a picture of Muhammad? They say no, but we just want to do that. Why? No, we think we should. Oh, come on, give me a break. I mean, like, you don't. And same thing when it happens in China, like a camp and all these things. Muslims, they really don't have anything to do with China. What about their guts and courage when it comes to talk about China? Blasphemy is also being done there. I have plethora of videos where Quran is being burned in China, and the little Chinese kids, they are making fun of Muhammad by making his cartoon pictures in the class. So why are you so silent when it comes to talk about a most
Yeah,
powerful
Lex,
country,
your
China?
voice is breaking now. Your voice is
Yes,
breaking. Give it a
is it okay? Is it okay now?
It was breaking a moment ago. Can you try again?
Hello, hello.
No, it is breaking again. Okay, Lex, meanwhile, I'll just correct you. First, you said that Muhammad had sex with a 6-year-old. I think he was married when Aisha was 6, but the age
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
sex was 9
That, that,
months.
yeah,
And
that's a sexual
second is
harassment for
Zakir
a Muslim.
Naik, about Zakir Naik. I
Yeah.
think people understand the language, but they do not understand the sign.
Most of the people, I'm talking about most of the people. For example, the crowd that is there in his working in like a influence function and in his program, they don't understand that language. Like most of the people, because like they are the people. For example, if Dr. Naik is happen to be here in Australia, then the people will give him a listen, and they will listen to him, and they also have to pay amount like $100 or maybe $50 for that. But when his programs or functions are done in India, most of the people don't understand them, and this is not what I am talking from my experience. I'm actually talking from my friend experience, and he told me that most of the people, they are just told to clap on at a certain point, at a particular point, you gotta clap and you don't know what is actually going on. Like most of the people don't understand. And if I'm talking about it, then it is me. It really means something to me because I have heard this and I have actually known these things because I actually come from a Muslim background. So I can speak a little more good about it than any other person who just studies Islam but who is not a Muslim, because I've also experienced threats from my own family, from my father. If you live Islam, you're gonna die, right? So I'm gonna kill you. So these things has taken place in my these things have taken place in my life, and they take place every time when I reckon about them. So I I feel like that you should be a person who thinks rationally, except from being a person who doesn't even have any knowledge about what he really talks about. So this is the way who I am.
Yeah, understood, Lex. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear you.
Okay, nice. So, Alex, I would like to correct you on one point. You said that Zakir Naik had sex with a 6-year-old.
No, no, no,
Sorry,
no,
not
no.
sorry,
Muhammad.
sorry, sorry. Muhammad had sex when she was 6 years old. Aisha was 6 years old. Actually, he married
She
Aisha
was
when
nine. Yeah,
yeah,
she
she
was
had
nine
sex when the
when
sex
Muhammad
happened.
consummated his marriage, when she was
Correct.
9. But it's a sexual harassment. You are like a 6-year-old child doesn't even know anything about the relationship of marriage. Okay, about the responsibilities of marriage. Marriage is a big thing that ever takes place in person's life. All right, so it's kind of like a sexual harassment. The reason for that is when you are marrying. First of all, this is a so awkward, awful, bad mentality of even thinking about to marrying a 5 or 6 year old child, right? And that child really doesn't know what is actually happening. So just for imagine for a while when Muhammad told his followers to go and get Aisha in front of me so I can marry him, right? I can very marry with her, right? So that's what he said. Now, two or three Muslim women, they are going to get Aisha, and Aisha is playing with her toys, right? She's playing with her toys. So a one Muslim woman, she grabs her toys and she put aside them, and then she's taking her to Muhammad. She doesn't even know what's gonna happen. She doesn't even know who's who's her husband and what things are actually going on. She was just told that, oh, Aisha, you're gonna get married. That child just knows to play with with her toys, to go around, play with her friends, to make friends, sometimes get sad on stupid things, do stupid stuff. And you are a person who know, like, he was like about 50, 40, even 30, even a 20 person or 18 person, 18-year-old person who possesses good skill. You tell me, hey, I'm the messenger of God. I possess good skill. I possess good knowledge. I am a person who got good wisdom, so I will talk clearly. I will talk in a way which you can understand me better. But seriously, you know that that child is you're being told by God, hey, you know what? You're gonna just go there and get married with that girl. Do not wait for her to turn to like 18 or 19 so you can or even 16 so you can have sex with her or have kids with her just after 3 years. Come on, just go, right? So I mean, just you can just think about the scenario, the situation that was happening to a 6-year-old child girl. Okay, if you feel like that that these things are accurate, because I think a good knowledgeable person would also feel like that he's being killed on this topic. I mean, like, you are talking that you are a most knowledgeable person ever alive on this planet, and let's just get married to a 6-year-old child. She doesn't even know what responsibilities are, what decisions are. And I guess from my perspective, I don't know other person's perspective or point of view. According to me, marriage is a big deal. Okay, you're gonna spend your whole life, and as a girl, it's a more big deal than boys, because they you know they actually work in a different way. However, I consider women and men as equal. I consider them equal because they are supposed to be living equally. They are supposed to be getting rights equally, like as men. But when I actually reckon about it, I feel really pathetic about the things that have done in Islam. And who knows that Muhammad was real. He was what he was. He was what he claimed to be. Nobody knows. What do you have? You got your book. Where's the evidence? No, he. It was happening at that time. Oh, Muhammad split the moon. All right, just show me the proof. No, the proof is nowhere. All right. So I mean, what I can say about it. So yeah, do you feel like that? Okay, not okay, not even marrying not even having sex with a 9-year-old child. Do you think so that marrying is even a 6-year-old child as a knowledgeable person? Because I'm like 18, I won't do this because I'm not saying that I do have a lot of knowledge, but I do have a little knowledge, tiny knowledge. Do not even think about marrying a 6-year-old child or even a 10-year-old child. I just do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so Lex, I understand that uh, you clearly saw the issues in Muslim religion, and you also saw that there are similar issues of violence in other religions. So that makes it clear that you are against, or you understand that organized religion is not a good thing. But what made you think that there is no God?
Okay, now the character. If you just look at the character of God, you can absolutely understand, and I ended up thinking rationally. I don't know after that or not, but you would think rationally. The reason for that is, if there was a God, he got like 10 list of something that you shouldn't do, and ten things that you should do. All right, little children are starving, they are dying, they're dying, nobody actually cares about them at all, and you believe that God will come sometime, and he's gonna protect all the people, right? When you ask God why he has been like a tiny little creatures like insects that we have, like he doesn't even have any kind of knowledge about it at all. I mean, you just ask this question, if okay, if I don't do this, then I'm gonna die. And even if there is a heaven, okay, believe me, you're gonna answer me a one question that I'm going to ask you. If there is a heaven, are you going to spend your entire life in heaven or not? You tell me.
Correct. I am an atheist, so I do not think there is any such thing as heaven.
Yeah, just imagine that you are a religious person, because we don't have any religious person here over this call, right? So if you are a religious person, right, then do you think so that are you gonna spend your entire life in a heaven? Do you think
No,
so?
not for me. Not for me. Not for me.
Just consider, just talk from a religious point of view. Just consider yourself, imagine, I'm not saying that you are a religious person or a Christian or Muslim. No, just feel like that there is a God for a second, just to understand what these people really talk about. Okay, so you're gonna say yes, I'm gonna, because God actually promises you, Allah promises you, Jesus promises you about the eternal life. So this is the meaning of eternity, right? You're gonna spend your whole life, there is no life there, you're gonna spend thousands or millions of years there, right? But believe me, if you give me like 1,000 years, or even 2 or 300 years in the world, I'm gonna end up being bored. I mean, I'm gonna end up being bored, because nobody will ever like to live the same life for thousands or millions years. No matter how comfortable the heaven is, no matter how many houris, the people who call like 72 virgins. Hey, if you just blow yourself among non-Muslims, you're gonna be welcomed in heaven and you're gonna be offered 72 virgins. Seriously, why the woman is being insulted, why this woman is being insulted in Islam? Are they whore? I mean, if they are not, what is the reason of giving 72 women? Why women? You can say that you're gonna be rewarded as a really good person, or you're gonna have wings. We're gonna give you everything that you're gonna ask for. Why woman is being insulted in Islam this way? Okay, so they treat women as a whore, right? Um, 72 virgins to a person who has just blown himself among Jews, right? And and you're gonna just have absolutely sex with them. So this is the reason why this religion, and this is a mentality of a person. It cannot be the mentality of God. If there is a God, I don't think that he's gonna offer you women to live good, in this world to support humanity, to love your prophet. No, it's not like that. So it's a humanity, it's a mentality of a normal person that is actually offering you some goals to blow yourself up. You can even find this mentality in normal people. You don't need to go and read any religious book. Just go to some gang groups and tell them, hey, I want like 5 hoes. They're gonna say, okay, just get this drug briefcase and pass this to another man, right? That's what's gonna happen. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, that is correct. But this is one version of God. There are other versions of God as well. For example, Christians believe in a different version of God. So do Hindus
Yeah.
and other
So
religions. For example, it is just pure, it has nothing to do with women in heaven, but
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
is a
yeah.
God who just created the
Okay.
whole universe. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So for example, there is only one question that is enough to devastate all the concepts or perspectives of people and the beliefs and the faiths of people who claim that they have a god. You just tell me one thing, all right? There is no other question, just the one thing to devastate their faiths and their stupid mentality. They're like more than hundreds of thousands of beliefs, faiths, religions, and millions, billions of god. Even in Hinduism, just to pick a Hinduism, they got 2 billion gods, I guess so, or maybe 3 billion, I don't know. But yeah, billions of god in a same religion. All right, you cannot even remember their names, but you gotta believe them. Okay, so the thing is like, um, if you go to Africa, you're gonna find a juju god. If you go to Nepal side, or maybe in some places like that, there is a god called
So
Buddha. And
yeah,
so
Lex,
like there are
what I'm saying
like,
is, so the
let
question
me
is,
complete this. Let me
okay,
complete this. Let me just complete this. So if there are like 10,000 of god, right? If there are 10,000 of god, and most of them, like Muslims are killing Hindus are killing Muslims, Christians are, some are doing that. I'm talking about bad people, right? Christians are killing Jews, or Jews are killing, so these guys are killing each other over their faiths. Everybody claims that they are true, they're gonna go in heaven. So if there is a god and he's true, why doesn't he come to this world and tell them, hey, do not fight, no more killing, guys, I'm the only one, I'm the god, so I'm the alpha, I'm the omega, whatever the thing is. Okay, you just believe in me and do not kill each other over any religion. Okay, this is the right religion, Islam is the right, Christianity is not. Christianity is right, Islam is not. So just tell them, just do that, so this the killing will be finished so as soon as possible. So if there is a God, right? If there is a God, then I would say these religious people, they don't even have anything about. Just don't talk about the evidence. Just talk about like 10,000s of gods, 10,000s of gods, and you don't know. What about if you are wrong? You are a Muslim and I die. I blew myself up, and now I'm waiting for 72 virgins in heaven. And when I encounter God, oh my gosh, it's Jesus. It's
it's a
not
different
Allah.
God.
What I'm gonna do now? Oh,
Yeah,
now it's Juju God from Africa who's actually going like and saying, oh man, you are actually coming in my place now. Okay, you are not a Muslim. It's like that. Whatever the thing is, like,
yeah,
now what about if it's Krishna? What about if it's Buddha? If it's Buddha, then sorry for Muslim, you are gonna absolutely go in hell. No matter if you loved your Prophet Muhammad, no matter if you um, didn't have sex in the world, no matter if you didn't steal, that's okay, buddy. No matter if you supported humanity, just go and live happily in the hell. So I do have a good claim. Even if I encounter God, I would say, why didn't you clear the confusion? Why didn't you let people die? So the reason for that is there is no God. It's just because of the confusion. It's just because of the blurriness that people have in their eyes. They cannot even think rationally, but they're just killing each other over religions. This is the only reason that is happening. Jews are waiting for the same Messiah for thousands of years. There is another religion, Mormonism, and I come to you and I say, hey, I am the next prophet after Muhammad. It would be really very stupidity if I claim this thing in a Muslim country. I'm going to be beheaded. But if I do this with Christians, Christians. Maybe some Christians will follow me, because this is what happened when Joseph Smith claimed himself as a prophet of Jesus. So you tell me, what is the truth? 10,000 gods, 20,000 faiths, hundreds of thousand beliefs, cultures, and all these things. I go to you, I come, I die, I lived my life happily as a Muslim, and then I'm encountering Jesus Christ. What? Now you tell me. So if I'm wrong, then I at least have one thing to say to God, except just saying, "Hey, God, I did a lot of stuff there. I didn't see any woman in a bad way, or I didn't have any kind of lust in any woman. So I was a good Christian." No. Now Allah is in front of you and He's telling you, "No, you were a Christian. Now you gotta go to hell, because I promised to my Muslims. I've mentioned in Quran many times that you're gonna go and spend your eternity in hell if you're a Christian or a non-Muslim." So you tell me.
Understood. So, what you are saying is that you do not think that there is God, because if there was such entity, it would have clearly told people what to worship, what to act, and what not to act, etc.
Yeah.
Understood. So, how do you define morality? So, what the example that we were discussing earlier, how do you say which actions are moral, which are immoral, or how do you decide which actions need to be done, or which actions do not need to be done? So, uh, let us take morality first. So, how do you say something is moral, something is immoral?
All right, all right. So the first thing that I would say, most of the religious people, what they think is, if you are worshiping the God, if you are going to church every Sunday, or if you are praying 5 times, then you are a good person. Otherwise, if you don't have any God, then you don't need to follow humanity, then you don't need to be good, which is absolutely exasperating and fabulous, I would say, because you don't. It likes, having a camera on you when you go to a mall or somewhere. There are cameras there, right? So even in a bank there are cameras out there. And so you're not gonna steal, you're not gonna even just reckon about stealing any stuff from that mall or from that store if there is a camera on you, if there is a spy camera on you. So they want a spy camera in the sky that is wiggling on them. So they just want them to, oh, have a look on me, God, I am not doing anything because you are seeing me. So if any person curses each other, if any person say, if a person says a bad stuff to someone, then the other person is gonna say, oh, God is seeing, God is watching you, okay, with his telescope. Well, so you tell me, like, they really want a camera, a spying man in the sky on them. So in order to be good, they want that person. I guess it is not a good thing if there is a camera and you're a thief. You're just gonna smile in the camera and you're not gonna steal at all. You're not gonna do that. You know why? Because there is a camera. Someone is actually watching you. So you don't want to be in jail, right? So this is the reason why not stealing. But for an atheist, it is a lot really hard for you to even follow good, right? Because you have claimed that there is no God. Now you have considered that there is no prophet, there is no hell or heaven. Now what you gotta do is, and there is no faith for that as well. Like religious people, they do, I am doing some good stuff because God is watching me. I'm killing people because God is watching me. So if you are stealing something and you know that there is a camera, then there would be, like, I don't actually believe in God. But if you are stealing some kind of, if you're not stealing some kind of stuff because you're not afraid of God, you're afraid of the camera. So this is the reason. Okay, so this is the reason why. Okay, now why I do believe that the humanity is good or morality is accurate, or we should not do bad stuff.
No, no.
So
So,
the first thing,
my question is, how do
yeah,
you define morality? As an atheist,
yeah,
how
yeah,
will you define morality? Mhm.
yeah. So I guess according to me, morality will have to be in a way in which people can understand it better, right? Because it's all about understanding, right? If you read a like a religious book or any other thing, it's all about like understanding. There is nothing to do with that at all. So the definition for me, it's it's about, understanding what really good stuff is and what is really wrong is. If killing is wrong, I'm an atheist, why do I consider that killing is wrong? Why? I don't, there is no god. I'm not gonna go in hell. Why do I think that there should not be any kind of bad stuff in this world? There should not be killing in this world, because it, from a certain point, from his perspective, it is absolutely wrong and against the nature. Okay. Sometimes, the deaths and all these things, by natural causes, is the way of nature itself. All right. But what it really teaches us is not to kind of have any kind of killing each other or doing any kind of stuff like that, because in many things of nature, I know there is also other stuff as well, but in many things of nature, it actually tells you and teaches you not to, fight with, or not kill each other, or not to have sex with your own mother, or within sex like that. So yes, that's what I actually believe in. If I know that, and sometimes, if there is a pair of what I can say, line or lioness, right? Sometimes you're gonna see having sex with their own son or daughter, but in many cases they don't, right? If that lion got her own husband, like her own pair lion, she's not gonna have sex with her own children. But so same as the religious stuff as well. So if there are a lot of different lies in religions, but they also tell you, oh, you know what, if there are 10 bad things about Muhammad, there are also two good things about Muhammad as well, so you should be a Muslim to follow those two things. So if I'm an atheist, I should follow the good stuff that my nature teaches me. At least I don't really need to hate other people, because in Christianity there's also Christians really proudly say, you know what, we don't actually uh, kill people, kill non-believers. But there are a lot of verses in Bible where Christians, where Jesus tells you to kill non-believers, to even kill the homosexuals. Wow. So I can be an atheist to have a clear perspective about the world and about the society, so I can live freely and breathe freely, and can laugh with every person who is good, no matter if he's a non-believer, no matter if he's a Hindu or a Christian. So this is I think this is the biggest reason why I want to be an atheist, and and I don't want to have any kind of a spy camera on me.
Understood. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, brother.
Okay, okay. So actually, Lex, it's good to hear what you think about morality, but
Yeah,
I think,
yeah. Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but for a little while your voice was gone, so I was like,
Yeah,
what
yep.
the?
I'm sorry. I think there's some internet connection issue at my
Yeah,
end. So,
yeah,
yeah. So, actually, this is one question where I have seen many atheists, popular atheists, they are not able to answer properly.
all right.
Uh, I hope that I'll be able to answer you because I think I have an understanding where the gaps are. Okay,
Yeah,
so there are two different things. One is morality, other is differentiate right from wrong.
yeah,
So any person will do something that he considers to be right.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. So what does a person think is right or wrong? It has to follow three steps. The
yeah,
first step is morality. Okay,
yeah,
so what does morality tell, or what should actually people mix up these three steps? And therefore, when you talk about morality, for example, when a religious person will say, "Do you think that having sex is, with a parent and child, is it okay or not, and person says okay, it might be amoral, and then immediately they will jump that okay, this means that atheists will have sex. That is not the case. So to differentiate between right and wrong, there are three steps. The first one is morality. Morality defines who should be considered, when you take the decision, or who should not be impacted. So and the definition of morality comes from the definition of I am, aham, which is called in Sanskrit, and I am. For example, when you say who are you, you will perhaps say you are Hassan, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then before becoming an atheist, you might say I am a Muslim. You might
yeah,
also say I am from this family,
yeah,
and then you will say I am a human, I am an animal. And these are concentric circles, the centermost being your own body, and even inside that your senses, then your family, extended family, friends, then your community, religion or nation, and then humanity and all living stuff. Now when a person says I am, he defines one of these circles as his key circle. Okay.
yeah,
And that is what defines his morality. For example, if a Muslim says, I am a Muslim. Okay. Now, if you ask that Muslim, is it okay to kill all non Muslims to save one Muslim?
yeah.
What do you think his answer?
No, no. I mean,
Kill all,
no,
kill all kafirs.
kill all
No, no.
kafirs to save a one Muslim. Yeah, this is what you mean, right?
Yes. So he
Yeah,
has a choice. He says, I am a Muslim. Now he is given a choice. Let us say there are two buttons: kill all kafirs,
yeah.
or kill one Muslim. Either save a Muslim, or kill a Muslim. What will he choose?
Okay, I will. I
Not
think
you, not you, not you.
not you.
The Muslim.
Yeah,
The
Muslim.
Muslim will choose.
Muslim will choose kafirs. Absolutely, I'm gonna
Yes,
kill
yes, kill the
kafir
Kafir.
to save
Yes,
a one Muslim.
yes. So, but if you, so his morality is, his I am is his religion. Now, when a person says a person is more moral or less moral,
Yeah,
it is basically this concentric circle that we are talking about. Let us say within Muslims, there is another person, and he is, let us say, you know from a village, or
yeah,
he has an extended family, and he is asked the same question, right? Will you
yeah.
kill one member of your family, or will you kill some 20 Muslims outside,
Well, yeah,
from your own children? Now that person
from
might say, I will save my family. He might say, I'll save the ummah. Now
yeah,
it
right.
depends on his definition of I am. When he says I am, for example, I am Hassan. Let us say
Yeah,
there is a Hassan family, right?
yeah,
If a person says I am a Hassan, and that is his main circle of I am, then
yeah,
for him, saving a Hassan is a moral act, and saving some other Muslim may not be. So
yeah,
a person, so when we say what is more moral, what is less moral, that has that only has to do who we consider in that circle of influence, that we say I am, or whose interest is do we have in mind, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
and that is how we will say someone is more moral and someone is less moral.
yeah,
Okay. So now, uh, second thing, this is the first step, morality. The
yeah,
second step is empirical correctness. So for example, when Muslims say, is it okay, for example, let us marry a girl who has her first period, menstruation,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. So w- for example, you and I will say, no, that is not correct. Her puberty
yeah,
must be over for her to get married. A Muslim
yeah,
says, no, it is perfectly okay if she is healthy and she can have sex, etc. Now, right, so now there are two things that are confused here. The first one is morality. Within morality, let us say we are saying, are we considering the health of the child who is getting married?
yeah,
Right. If a Muslim
yeah,
says, I do not care whether the girl is capable of having sex or not, whether it hurts the child or not, I will marry her irrespective of that, because my religion says so. Then that person has a lower moral standard. But mostly people will agree that, even Muslims will agree that the child should not get hurt, right, when they get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
And an atheist will say the child should not get married, not
Yeah.
get hurt. But they will disagree on the age,
Yeah.
right? Now, the
Yeah.
age is an empirical parameter, and it has to be dealt purely based on empirical numbers. For
Yeah.
example, what does science say? Does science say a 9-year-old girl can get married, or does science say a 16-year-old or an 18-year-old girl can get married? So there is no point of morality here. Morality ends when you say, okay, I want the child, both, husband and wife, to be happy, to be safe. That is where
Yeah.
first level ends. The second level starts the empirical correctness. For example, when you are driving a car,
Yeah.
there is, you know uh, when you say what is a moral way of driving a car, the moral way will only be when you drive a car, you should not get hurt, the people in the car should not get hurt, and no one outside the car should also get hurt, whether humans or animals, let us say. Okay, so that
Right.
is where moral argument ends. After
Yeah.
that, it is amoral. If you are driving a car, uh, you know ideally it is an amoral, it is neither moral nor immoral. But still, if you have to define morality for someone who is driving a car, you will have to say, okay, these are the moral parameters that you have to consider.
Follow. Yeah.
Now, next question will be, for example, a person says that you should not drive more than 60 hours because my religion says so, or you can drive up to 200 kilometers per hour because my religion says so. And there are certain empirical parameters, science, based on statistics, you can say any car that goes above 60 kilometers per hour has 80% chance of accident, then stay below 60. In this case, there is no argument of morality. It is purely empirical parameters that matter, right? Now,
Absolutely.
that this was the second step. The third step is instinct, right? So for example, now there are two people, both are, the girl is 18 years old, let us assume, and the guy is around 85 years old or 90 years old, or vice versa.
Yeah.
The guy is 18 years old and the girl is around, she can still have babies, but she is around 40 years old, right? So both of them will stay healthy. Now, empirically also, they are both of an age, they can have sex, they can have children. But the last step is, or the last parameter is instinct, right? Even if someone tells you, get married to an old person, you will not get married, even if everything else is correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are the four steps, oh, sorry, these are the three steps that have to be considered when you answer, when we say something, what is correct and what is incorrect.
Yeah.
But when we discuss this with, I'm not very sure whether someone has explained it to you in these three steps. Usually, most religious people and even atheists do not try to break it down, and they will just say, okay, this is moral, this is correct, this is not correct. And even within morality, the space of morality has to be limited. We have to define morality on who we consider, whose safety is considered when making the decision. So I
Yeah.
hope that I answered the question.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. By the way, you are
Mhm.
absolutely right. And there's only also one thing that I would like to mention here is religious books and all these things. They come with the ideas. All right. So, for example, if you got some friends and you actually want good idea to live your life, so the ideas that they are actually giving you are not supposed to be in a way for a good person to follow, because for example, Islam actually offers you all these things, that's okay, but if you have hate for non-believers, then that's also good. You also have to hate Jews as well, and your family. For example, Jesus Christ says that if you want to be mine, then you gotta hate your family, your every person. And same thing Muhammad says as well, right? No one can be my messenger unless he hates his family, his people, his wife, his child, his father, his mother. So only then I'm going to accept him as my follower, as my disciple, right? So that's what I'm actually saying, right?
Yes.
They
So
have their ideas,
Yes.
and I don't want those ideas, so that's why I don't take them. I take my ideas, and my idea is what I want to consider in my life and what I don't want to consider in my life. I don't want to marry a 60-year-old child, so that's okay for me because it's my life, it's my decision. That's what I'm saying. I don't
Hmm.
want their
No,
ideas.
no, no. I think okay. On there are two things. The first thing, when you're saying that you do not want their ideas, it is basically there's a circle of morality. So when, for example, a Muslim prophet or someone says that anyone who is not a Muslim, you have to dislike them or hate them. So basically, what they are saying is that I am. When you say I am, it has to be Muslim, and anyone who is outside this I am circle of a Muslim, he is your enemy, or that is someone that you should not be worried about. Same thing happens with Christianity or any other religion for that matter. Now, the thing that when we say, for example, we are an atheist, what we are saying is we are on a higher moral ground than a religious person, because this circle of, I am a religious person or I belong to this religion, this is not the primary circle that I consider when I consider moral active. What is moral, what is immoral. For an atheist, ideally, it is all humanity, or even beyond that, animals included, that I consider the well being of all humans, animals, and all life when I have to take a decision, and not just my religion. Right. Uh, I think that is it. Another thing where we see this example of limited, moral circle is animals being created for our consumption. For example, when we eat honey, we we are actually breaking into the house of a bee, stealing its food and killing its children, right? But we do not see it as robbery and murder, although from, if we just consider ourselves as living, that is what we are doing.
Yeah. No, I think you're
Yes.
right.
So
You're
how do you
absolutely
justify
right.
that in that?
I'm like
Yes.
justifying.
And the reason we are
Yeah, yeah. You are absolutely right,
yeah,
because
please.
the things that you have mentioned, they are pretty understandable. If you try a little your little side of your brain, a little part of your brain to understand these things that you have just mentioned, then it could be more good than following, your religion or any kind of stuff like that. I don't say that I have studied every religion. No, I cannot, because I really don't have any time to waste. But yeah, all I can say is all the character of God is not acceptable in my life at all, in any other person's life, because we think rationally, and there is there are things. If you want to be good, you want to be good because you, even if you don't want to be good, you have to be good, because if you don't be a good person, if you don't follow God, you're gonna go in hell. So this is the reason why so many people, they are afraid of going in hell, or of entire punishment for their eternity. So that's the reason why I really don't want any kind of spy camera on me to in order to be good. I just think rationally, and this is the same thing that you have also mentioned, that morality is the best thing, and the reason why it's best, because it has you know rational reasons, some good reasons why we consider it as best. But most of the religious people, they don't have these things at all, because their own prophet, their own gods, they did that. Even there is a verse in the Quran. I was actually watching a video of Haris Sultan, where he kind of, where there was another guy with him, and they were talking about the part of Muhammad, and then, okay, so the part of Muhammad and Allah, they were in the, it was in like in their like believe in their work. So that's what actually used to happen. So the reason why I don't want to consider myself as a Muslim or any person, because I want to live my life and think rationally. First of all, rationally, because that would be a good person, a purpose of your life. I really don't want to molestate some little